Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an update for the Andor show. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. I'm going to be taking a read from the Screen Rant article. I'm going to have the therefore article linked down in the description down below. As their title reads, Andor show has a surprising twist for Rogue One fans, and really Star Wars fans overall. I mean, I haven't met anybody that doesn't like Rogue One, and this is coming from a direct tease from the man himself, Diego Luna, who plays Cassian Andor. As our article reads, those who have seen Star Wars Rogue One have no idea what's coming in Andor, according to Cassian Andor actor Diego Luna. The latest Disney Plus Star Wars series will act as a prequel to 2016 film Rogue One, a Star Wars story set 5 years before those events, which in turn served as a prequel to the first Star Wars trilogy, A New Hope, a spin-off of a spin-off and a prequel of a prequel, starring Felicia Jones as Jyn Erso and Luna as a rebel captain Cassian Andor. Rogue One took place a week before A New Hope took place, and told the story of the first rebel victory against the Empire, referenced during A New Hope's opening crawl. The rebels in Rogue One managed to steal the Death Star plans. Rogue One, of course, received plenty of praise from its critics, fans, and even George Lucas himself. Audiences appreciated the effects, sense of urgency, the authenticity, and the gritty tone of the overall film, which was also nominated for visual effects and sound mixing Oscar awards. In late 2018, prequel series Andor was announced, said to take place 5 years before the events of Rogue One. Despite Cassian's role in Rogue One, Andor is expected to introduce audiences to a very different version of the overall character. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Diego Luna alluded to some major surprises for fans in Rogue One in the upcoming Andor show. On the way to becoming the characters viewers met in the Rogue One film, he implies that Cassian's story will shock those that came up with theories following the popular movie. As Diego Luna himself says, and quote, "In fact, we're going to challenge every idea you have or every answer you came up with for why or how things happened and why this character did what he did. Why was he willing to sacrifice everything for this cause? What did it mean when he said, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old exactly? What did he mean when he said, I've done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion?" So that's what we're going to challenge, because everyone who watched Rogue One thinks that they have the answer. We're going to challenge that, and we're going to come up to you and say, no, listen, things were not the way you imagined exactly. They were this way instead. This had to happen for someone to become the person you know, ending the quote right there, and also implying that maybe these certain events would imply of course, what would happen in the future of Star Wars, and the timeline, of course, order and chronological order, what went on and what happened and why this stuff happened in the original trilogy. Why did Luke Skywalker come about to be Luke Skywalker? Why did Han Solo come about to be Han Solo? It's kind of like those types of questions that are being asked that would be answered later on here for the overall Andor show. Now, from there, the article continues to talk about Cassian's origin story is peak Star Wars, a petty thief who becomes a revolutionary and spy for the Rebel Alliance. His heroic actions in Rogue One made him a fan favorite character overall as well. Andor will likely feature a much more cynical version of the character as described as before, whose dark side will be explored more in depth in the prequel series and the show. According to Diego Luna, the actor's comments hint that Cassian's story will upset all of the fan theories that followed Rogue One, and those types of answers or questions that people implied or maybe asked about in the Rogue One movie, as he had just mentioned in that quote, as pointing to the journey ahead for the rebels before they became Rogue One's Cassian Andor. Those involved with Andor and the show have previously teased a very dark adult foray into the Star Wars universe viewers have come to know, so it makes sense that the characters will be presented as deeply flawed heroes, people that seem to be doing good things but are quite honestly doing dirty work. And this here is something that I've heard a lot of Star Wars fans talk about wanting to see here with and from the overall Andor show, is that they want to see the dirty stuff that the Rebel Alliance has done before, because we all know that they aren't all good. This is something that's been roughly teased throughout maybe Star Wars Rebels, the animated show on Disney Plus, or of course in the Rogue One movie as well, as from the beginning scene that we see in Rogue One, where Andor is getting information from a previous Imperial informant, and he simply just kills this dude off just after giving this information so he wouldn't get in any trouble. It really does imply the different concepts and ideas that we're going to be seeing in this kind of time of the Star Wars universe, as described originally in 1977 A New Hope, Hope, as Obi-Wan calls it, the dark times. So it is going to show us some of those more grittier concepts and ideas and themes and tones here as well. In addition to what Diego Luna says, Genevieve O'Reilly and Forrest Whitaker will reprise their Rogue One roles as Mon Mothma and Saw Gerrera as well. We've seen them in the trailers, respectively, of course. Despite the legacy appearances, series creator Tony Gilroy has previously stated that Andor will hold off on any and all fan service, which demonstrates his trust in the Cassian character and the other Rebel stories to stand on their own and draw audiences in. Unlike recent Star Wars shows, The Book of Boba Fett or Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor will boast an exciting 12 episodes in the first season, compared to the short 6 or 7 episodes that maybe these other shows have given us, which isn't necessarily bad, but it's not great. We want more storytelling. However, that does also come with the idea and concept of potential quote-unquote filler episodes, so be on the lookout for that. I'll talk about that in a separate video, which will begin with a 3-episode premiere on September 21st, exclusively streaming on Disney+. And from there, that's where the article ends. As I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to have this full article linked down in the description down below for you guys to check out as well. I want to know of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think here about some of those darker and grittier tones and themes here that we're going to expect to see here for the Andor show, as well as of what the Cassian Andor actor Diego Luna also has to say for himself here regarding the different questions or answers that are going to be given throughout and during the Andor show here. Maybe different, I guess, references and callbacks or towards the original trilogy there, and the coming about, of course, of the Death Star and how and why this was created, and really how the overall galaxy is, I guess, responding to the upbringing of the Galactic Empire. It's kind of said and kind of even seen throughout the different Star Wars shows in this time period, such as The Bad Batch. Something I believe that we're going to be seeing is how the Galactic Empire becomes more and more restraining. At first, in The Bad Batch, they seem a little bit more laid back in my own thoughts and opinions, and by the time we get to the Andor show, they're going to be like an iron grip, as it was previously described by some of the actors and cast and crew members that have worked on this show. However, I'll be talking about this in a separate future video, so make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and join us here today. We also cover all types of other Star Wars news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel regarding everything and anything Star Wars. So if you guys are into that type of stuff, hit the subscribe button and join us here today, and also check us out on Instagram, Unofficial Star Wars. It's linked down in the description down below for more of that Star Wars related content. Guys, thanks so much.